You've probably seen it before. Someone you care about, maybe even yourself, stuck in a relationship that's clearly causing pain. And from the outside, the answer seems obvious. Just leave. But they don't. And here's the uncomfortable truth. It's not weakness. It's not stupidity. It's not even love. Not entirely. What keeps people trapped in painful relationships is something far deeper and far more scientific than most people realize. Today, we're going to break down exactly why the human brain makes leaving feel impossible, even when staying is destroying you. The first reason is something psychologists call a trauma bond. When you experience repeated cycles of pain followed by relief, tension, then affection, cruelty, then kindness, your brain doesn't process this as abuse. It processes it as a reward cycle. Every time your partner hurts you and then shows warmth again, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical triggered by gambling, sugar, and social media. You become chemically addicted to the cycle itself. This isn't a metaphor. Research from the National Domestic Violence Hotline found that trauma bonding mirrors the neurological patterns of substance addiction. The intermittent reinforcement, the unpredictability of when affection will come, actually strengthens the attachment rather than weakening it. This is why people often describe painful relationships as feeling more intense, more passionate than healthy ones. The brain confuses emotional volatility for depth of feeling. The second reason is psychological, but it feels financial. Economists call it the sunk cost fallacy, the deeply human tendency to continue investing in something simply because you've already invested so much. 3 years, 5 years, a decade, children, shared apartments, intertwined friend groups. The longer a relationship lasts, the harder it becomes to leave. Not because it's better, but because leaving feels like admitting that all that time was wasted. But there's something even deeper than time. For many people, the relationship has become their identity. They don't just lose a partner when they leave. They lose the person they were in that relationship, a role, a purpose, a daily structure. The question isn't just, who will I be without them? It's, who am I at all? That kind of existential fear doesn't show up on the surface. It just quietly makes the exit door feel heavier than it should. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Psychologist John Bowlby's attachment theory, one of the most replicated findings in all of psychology, tells us that the way we bonded with our caregivers as children becomes the template for every close relationship we have as adults. If you grew up in a home where love was conditional, given and withdrawn based on behavior, your nervous system learns something devastating. Love requires suffering. Love is earned. Love is unpredictable. So when an adult relationship mirrors that dynamic, it doesn't feel wrong. It feels familiar. And the brain tends to move toward the familiar, even when the familiar is painful, because familiarity signals safety. This is why many people find themselves in the same type of relationship, with different people, again and again. It's not bad luck, it's the brain doing exactly what it was trained to do. There's a concept in behavioral psychology called loss aversion, the proven tendency for humans to fear losing what they have more than they desire gaining something better. In relationships, this plays out quietly but powerfully. Even a painful relationship provides certainty. You know what each day looks like. You know the rhythms, the patterns, the arguments. You know this person's face. Leaving means stepping into a world you can't predict. New loneliness, the possibility that no one else will love you, the terrifying freedom of starting over. For many people, especially those with anxiety or low self-worth, a known pain is less frightening than an unknown future. The devil you know, as the saying goes. One of the least talked about reasons people stay is shame, and it works in two directions. First, there's the shame of having stayed this long. If I leave now and admit this was abuse, what does that say about me? What will people think? Staying becomes a way of protecting the story they've told the world about their relationship. Second, there's the shame that abusive partners deliberately manufacture. Isolation, criticism, gaslighting. These are tools that erode a person's sense of reality and self-worth until they genuinely believe they are the problem, that no one else would want them, that they deserve this. Leaving requires believing you deserve better, and that belief is exactly what these relationships are designed to destroy. So the next time you find yourself wondering why someone doesn't just leave, or why you haven't, remember this. The brain keeping you there isn't broken. It's working exactly as it was built to work. It's protecting you from uncertainty, following patterns it learned before you could even speak, and responding to chemical cycles it didn't choose. Understanding the mechanism doesn't make it easy, but it makes it possible. If any of this resonated with you, the next video covers how trauma bonding actually rewires your nervous system and what it takes to undo it. It's worth watching.